Hey guys, this is Andy with Get Your Wellies. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about sweet potatoes and how to get those started in the house. So join me as I look at that today. But first of all, as always, get your wellies. Meet me in the garden. Okay, so I'm glad to have you back today, checking out the channel. The video today is about growing sweet potatoes. I really like sweet potatoes. A few things about them. One, they're really very easy, fun to do with kids or grandkids. The other thing is they're very nutrient dense. So all of these potatoes have exceptionally high nutritional value. Now there's two different kinds here. These are all the same. These in the bags, these actually came out of my garden on Halloween actually. So they have been sitting in mostly in the garage in a cool place that's dry, and they will actually stay good for quite a long time, several months at least. So these are just some of the smaller ones, and these are kind of good if you just want to do some little candied ones or to chop them up and put them in with some other vegetables. It's kind of fun to do that. I probably will grow these again this year, but I'm actually going to, and these have been done in buckets every year, like in big tubs, and you can see some videos where you can see where I was growing them. This year I'm going to change that out to a 8 foot by 2 foot bed, and I'm going to grow purple potatoes, that's these here, in the bed. So probably still do some of these in a bucket, but I'm more interested in growing these, and there's a couple of reasons for that. So first one is, these are actually even more nutritious than a regular potato. These originated in Japan, although they are grown now in the United States. The thing that's unique about these, they are purple. They're purple on the outside, and then when you cut into them, they're purple all the way through. These are very slightly sweeter. My wife and I both agree that these are a little bit sweeter than regular sweet potatoes. Not an immense difference, but a little bit. You can pick these kind of potatoes up at sort of specialty or health food stores, and they will get these different kinds in. They're not there all the time, but if you see them, I forget how much they were a pound, but they were pretty expensive. I mean, you're looking at probably, you know, for a bag of the other kind I showed you, bigger than these of course, but a bag of those is only, you know, between $3 and $4 depending on what time of year. These are going to be for 5 potatoes I bought the other day, and the other 3 are considerably smaller than these two. That was actually about $12, so I mean they're pretty expensive. So if you can grow these, that's even better. They are kind of a novelty when you open up a potato and it's purple inside. I think that you will enjoy the taste. If you like other sweet potatoes, there's no reason you wouldn't like these. So cost saving, definitely. Interest, definitely. Nutritional value, certainly got that. So when it comes to how to grow these potatoes, what was very common when I first started looking at how to start them, you would see these people on the internet, and they'd have a potato stuck in a mason jar with water in it, and basically it would sit in the water and start growing roots down, and then from there shoots would come out. Those are the slips. Usually they would put like toothpicks in 3 sides and just set them right there down in the jar. You can see lots of videos to this day on the internet about that. YouTube's got lots of people that still like to start that way, and you can certainly do that. However, I don't think it's the most efficient. I've done it different ways, and I certainly prefer the method I'm going to show you today. So that's going to be to take a container with a lid on it. I'm using this kind of like a 10 by 10 seed starting tray. These are good. So you can use that, but you can use a plastic tub, you can use a small one, or if you have space to put a big tote somewhere, you can do that. The important part about this container is you want a lid that you can put loosely on top. This is not going to have to be on tight. In fact, preferably it isn't on tight. But sweet potatoes like heat and they like humidity to germinate. So this is good, but even a plastic tote with a lid just loosely laid on top is fine as well. Heat mat is probably preferable, but you don't have to have that. If your house is reasonably warm, that'll be okay. But just remember, they really like to heat. So, in fact, you won't put them outside until the nighttime temperatures are most definitely above 45, but probably you really want them consistently going no lower than 50 at night. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to put a growing medium in the bottom, and of course we have options there. Some people use a seed starting mix like this one. Other people use a potting mix more like this, something like this. You obviously don't need a huge bag for the container we're looking at using. My preference of those two is definitely the potting mix. The reason for that these sweet potatoes, whilst the potato itself does have within it a lot of nutrients, and your slips are going to grow on the side of the potato, what it's going to do is form nodules which will sprout, and from that the stems will come up, the roots will go down. So if the roots go down and they're in something that really doesn't have much energy, although they can get quite a bit of their energy from the potato itself, it's nice if you have something for those roots to get. So it just provides them a much better start. They'll grow faster once they're established, and they'll be ready to use in your garden pretty quickly. So all we're going to do, we're going to fill this full of soil. We're going to lay our potatoes on the top, and they're going to end up being about halfway. So on the potato, we'll put the soil level about halfway up the potato, and they'll be just kind of sitting there in that soil. And then we'll just wait. We'll keep them warm, we'll keep them covered, and once the nodules form and the sprouts come out, the little slips start growing, we'll come back to this project. So this is going to be in stages, and you'll see me as we get some slips, I'll show you the next stage or stages we can do with those to get them out in your garden. So you want to start these, you're really probably not going to be able to put them out in most places that get warm enough. You're probably not going to be able to put them out till about a month after your last frost date. So if you're looking at that as your time to put them out, it's probably a good idea to start these at least 4 to 6 weeks before you want to be able to put them out in the garden. And if they end up in the house a bit longer, it's not the end of the world, it's okay. Once it gets hot is when they really start growing. So sometimes you can put these slips in the ground and they just kind of sit there and don't do a whole lot for a while. Well, sorry guys, I just lost my additional light there, but I think we can finish this video okay without that. So I tell you what, let me go put some soil in here and see what we got when it's finished. Be right back. Okay, so here is with the soil about halfway up the potato. As you can see, the soil of course is pretty black because I just got it wet, and I made it pretty wet. Don't be afraid with these. You really don't have to worry if you overwater them a little bit, because they're used to being in the ground that gets moist anyway. And if you keep them in the humidity dome, that'll keep most of the moisture in. The potato is so dark that it almost just kind of blends in, and even with the light I don't think that'd be much different. So we're going to put these on my heat mat on my little growing shelf that some of you have seen, and we're going to check back with these when we start seeing some progress, and we'll talk about the second stage. Obviously, whatever kind of cover you have on there, this is going to allow a little space. We got at least probably an inch or so, inch and a half above the potato for it to sprout up and start those slips off. But once they've grown to the top of the cover, you'll need to take that off and let them just grow. The other thing is, these potatoes will make enough slips for a pretty big garden. I mean, these two will more than cover mine. I'll probably be able to give some away to friends. So hopefully that's the case anyway. So okay guys, well, join me back on the next video, and we'll be getting into something else. I might actually do these are so easy to cook in the air fryer, I'll probably just give you that recipe on a short video or something next time. And that way you can take a look at what the potato actually looks like on the inside after it's cooked. So I may make that my next video, so look forward to that at some point in the future anyway. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. But as always, bye now.